Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions Retold. Episode 13. A Very Chunibyo Christmas. Act 1. One day at Eco Private High, Yuuta and Ishiki were in the boys' restroom, talking about... A Christmas party? Asked Yuuta. You bet, smiled Ishiki. You, me, Rikka? And upperclassman Kumin, he said, blushing. You mean you haven't given up on her yet? Asked Yuuta. I don't need to give up on her. Besides, she gave me her permission to continue being just friends. Then why don't you just ask her out already? Asked Yuuta, disappointed. I can't do that. It'll be way too awkward. Besides, Christmas means something different to anybody, doesn't it? I suppose so. By the way, I never did thank you for helping me and Rikka out the other night. No worries. That's what friends are for. Speaking of Rikka, do you have something special planned with her? Oh, we don't have anything special planned. Why not? You guys are a couple, right? Yes? Not only did Rikka move back into Otsushiga, she also returned to school, and Yuuta and Rikka walk home together just like they used to. She even re-established the club, the Far East Magical Napping Society Summer thereof. Yuuta and Ishiki went into the clubroom and found Kumin and Dekomori sleeping in a kotatsu. It was a new piece of furniture added to the clubroom. Dekomori woke up worried. Oh no, something's pulling me in! She looked inside the kotatsu and said, My soul's being sucked from my body by the wicked temptress! Such a terrifying device should never have been brought to this place! You say that, but you sure look comfortable, said Yuuta. Dekomori, given that she was delusional, was pretending to be engulfed by the kotatsu. Ishiki joined in and blushed. I'm sharing a blanket with upperclassman Kumin. Then, he felt something furry. Ishiki was shocked. What is that I'm touching? He then got scratched, preceded by a meow. Ishiki's backhand was bleeding. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This is even more painful than it looks, moaned Ishiki, teared up. Chimera's in there too? Asked Yuuta. Just then, Rikka showed up. Hey, said Yuuta. Hey, replied Rikka. Master, be careful! This blanket monster has terrible powers of seduction! Wailed Dekomori. Status report, said Rikka. Ishiki and Kumin have succumbed to temptation! Take me to them. Yes, master! Later, Rikka was with Nibatani. So, even after everything you put us through, nothing's changed? Asked Nibatani. Indeed, replied Rikka. However, the contract is stronger than ever before. Therefore, the lack of change in our daily life is not an issue, I think. Then what's the problem? Asked Nibatani. However, said Rikka, what is it now? Typically, when a contract of this magnitude is formed, both parties engage in special rituals such as birthday celebrations. Is that what you want? Asked Nibatani. I live on a different plane of existence than normal people, replied Rikka. I do not obey the laws of commoners. Then there's not a problem, said Nibatani. But still, exclaimed Rikka. Make up your mind, replied Nibatani. Rikka moaned, and Nibatani sighed. Well, do you want to try and do something about the situation, or what? Do something? Asked Rikka. Like, do you want to get closer to Togashi? Do you want to hold his hand? Or maybe you want him to pat you on the head? Nibatani's words made Rikka so uncomfortable, she blushed and Slid kicked her. What was that for? Exclaimed Nibatani. What a powerful mental attack, smiled the panting Rikka. This is going to be harder than I thought, grumbled Nibatani. I guess it can't be helped. I think I know what it is you really want. As if someone like you could possibly see into the true mind of the Eye of the Wicked Lord, exclaimed Rikka. Listen up. It's almost Christmas, right? Asked Nibatani. Yeah. We can use that to our advantage. I know you're going to need all the help you can get, so we'll all throw a Christmas party in the club room. Glad we're on the same page, said Ishiki, passing by. Kumin was washing her hands in the girls' restroom when her phone got a text. When she was done washing and drying her hands, Kumin pulled it out and read it. It was in Japanese, and she could read it. It read, "I'm coming back to Otsushiga to have my winter vacation. I can't wait to see you, Dekomori, and all your friends again. Your best friend, Junki." Kumin jumped with joy and raced out of the restroom to find Dekomori to tell her the news. Deko was surprised when Kumin showed up pretty fast. "Have you reached 3.88 times fast as the Mjolnir accelerator?" she asked. "No, silly. Junki's coming from America to Japan for the holidays," exclaimed Kumin. "Are you serious?" asked Dekomori. "You know it, Deko." Kumin and Dekomori jumped with joy in circles, holding their hands, singing, "Junki's coming for Christmas, Junki's coming for Christmas." The two girls were very excited to see their childhood friend indeed. Yuuta, Rikka, Dekomori, Nibutani, Kumin, and Ishiki were all in Miss Nanase's office. They asked for permission to throw a Christmas party in their clubroom. Unfortunately, "Sorry, I'm afraid you can't do that," said Miss Nanase. "We won't stay too late," replied Yuuta. "Unfortunately, the school won't be open at all on the 24th, said Miss Nanase. Rikka and Deko gasped. "Don't tell me it's the blood anniversary!" exclaimed Rikka. "Yes, that's right," replied Miss Nanase, playing along with their delusions. "Yes!" said Deko. "Please don't encourage them. They take it seriously," said Yuuta to Miss Nanase. "Thanks anyways," said Kumin. After school, the 6 students were at Ishiyama Station. "I really thought we'd be able to use the clubroom," said Nibutani, disappointed. "Why don't we just have the party at someone's house instead?" asked Kumin. "That's a great idea! Let's use my house!" said Ishiki. "No thank you," replied Nibutani, bored. "How come?" "Because you seem like the kind of guy who has a filthy room." "How would you know that?" "Wouldn't it be better if we had it at your place, Tagashi?" "At my place?" replied Yuuta. "That won't work out, because my dad's coming back from Jakarta for the holidays." "Well, how about Rikka's place?" asked Nibutani. "Actually, that won't work either," replied Yuuta, because Rikka's apartment was covered in trinkets again. "Well, there's no helping it," said Dekomori. "I guess I'll just have to guide you to my personal base." "What? Really?" asked Kumin. "Is your family okay with a group of teenagers barging in on them like that?" asked Nibutani. "No problem," replied Deko. "This is the perfect opportunity for my master and I to investigate the origin of dark matter." "Rikka, have you been to Deko's house before?" asked Yuuta. "Only once," she replied. "Dekomori's base is an impenetrable fortress that can defend against any attack." "Fortress?" "Correct. It is the ideal setting for our dark gathering." That night, Yuuta, Rikka, Nibutani, Kumin, and Ishiki were standing in front of the gates to Dekomori's home. It was a huge mansion. "This is Dekomori's fortress," said Rikka. "You've gotta be kidding!" exclaimed Ishiki. "Just how rich is she?" asked Nibutani. The gates automatically opened for the 5 guests. Then along came a husky wearing 2 fake husky heads on its sides. "Oh, a puppy!" exclaimed Kumin. "How could she put a costume on such an expensive-looking dog?" asked Nibutani. Then it became attracted to her and started chasing her in circles. "Why am I the only one being chased?" asked Nibutani. "You're so popular with dogs, Mori-summer," said Kumin. "I don't think popular's the right word," said Yuuta. Then, after the chase was over, the 5 students met Dekomori inside her mansion. She was wearing a special Christmas tree-like outfit for this special occasion. "Welcome to my castle!" "I can't believe this is actually the brat's house," said Nibutani. "And she gets good grades, too," added Yuuta. "It's like she's destined for greatness." "She's on a totally different level," said Ishiki. "I will not accept this reality," said Nibutani. "You look super cute, Deko. That dress is awesome," said Kumin, and I couldn't agree more. My mother made me wear it. She insisted I wear the proper attire for a party of this nature. Oh, really? I didn't know we were supposed to dress up, said Kumin. You're cute no matter what you wear, said Ishiki. Needless to say, I came prepared, said Rikka. For combat! She pulled out a black dress out of her bag. That's my master! Exclaimed Dekomori. Rikka brought another outfit for Yuuta, much to his surprise. Then Dekomori gasped. I just heard the blood-curdling scream of Santa Claus! Let's go, master! And she and Rikka raced off. Yuuta and Ishiki were sent to the dining room, while Rikka, Kumin, and Nibutani were getting dressed. The two boys gasped in awe. What is this place? Asked Yuuta. It's so perfect it hurts. Her mom sure knows how to party, said Ishiki. There were tables covered in red and white tablecloths and had all kinds of gourmet food on top. Ishiki found a remote and pressed one of its buttons in curiosity. A projector screen rolled down at one end of the dining room. Yuuta and Ishiki gasped. Is this real? Asked Yuuta. Imagine watching anime on that thing, added Ishiki. Very funny, I thought to myself. Then, the doorknob turned. The two boys looked, and out came Kumin. Merry Christmas! She was wearing a Santa outfit. You could say that Santa Claus is Kumin to town. I couldn't resist making that joke. Ishiki gasped harder than Yuuta did. Deko said I could take this costume since she has too many. Does it look weird? Asked Kumin. No, it looks good on you, smiled Yuuta. Yuuta, said Ishiki. They say there comes a day when being alive is enough. Well, today's that day! That's too extreme, replied Yuuta. Kumin then spotted a red sofa. Oh, what a fluffy sofa! Don't mind if I do. And with that, she laid down and began to nap. That was fast, said Yuuta. Then, Ishiki pulled out his phone and was about to take a picture of Kumin napping in her Santa costume. Don't do it, said Yuuta. Just one! I just want one! Replied Ishiki. Just then, Nibutani entered the dining room wearing a white dress with a black robe and holding a staff. She was angry. Where'd that brat run off to? So they got you too? Asked Yuuta. It suits you, said Ishiki. First off, it doesn't. Secondly, Nibutani smacked Ishiki with her staff. Let's try this again. Where did that stupid brat run off to? She asked. I don't know, replied Ishiki. What are you wearing that fantasy outfit for? Asked Yuuta to Nibutani. Because she stole my clothes and took off, she replied. Looks like she'll never see them again, thought Yuuta, and Nibutani left to find Dekomori. Looks like Rikka's next, said Ishiki. I expect she'll be wearing the usual, I guess, added Yuuta. And with that, out came Rikka. She was posing like Sailor Moon wearing her gym clothes. I was wrong, exclaimed Yuuta. Why those clothes? Asked Ishiki. What happened to the dress you brought? Added Yuuta. Nibutani said this would be more suitable, replied Rikka. Then, Nibutani came back with Dekomori. The former was yanking the latter's pigtails for interrogation. Just tell me what you hit them already! Unhand me, you! This is my base! If you think I'll submit to your will so easily, you're wrong! Nibutani yanked on Deko's pigtails again. Now I'm really mad. Nibutani, what is the meaning of all this? Asked Yuuta about Rikka wearing her gym clothes. Nibutani was confused. You don't like it? Why gym clothes of all things? Because I heard you were into that kind of thing. From who? From Toka. So she's the culprit. That was a cruel trick, even for her. Rikka, go get changed. She was about to, when Nibutani kept on interrogating Deko. Give me back my clothes! All right, fine! I must now challenge you. Challenge me? I'm not getting sucked into your weird fantasy games again. Don't be foolish. There is but one way to settle this score. With these! Dekomori was holding a deck of cards. Just then, a butler came in. "Excuse me, ma'am. There's someone at the gates," he said. "Let him in, please," replied Deko. That was when Kumin awoke from her nap. "Is he here already?" she asked. "Deko and Kumin, are you two expecting someone?" asked Rikka. "Why, yes, master. We are." The 6 students went to the door. "Everyone, feast your eyes on him!" Dekomori opened the door to reveal a boy with black pointy hair, brown eyes, glasses, and sharp teeth. Everyone else but Kumin and Deko couldn't believe their eyes. "Junki?" they all exclaimed. "Yep. Did you miss me?" he asked. Dekomori and Kumin hugged Junki, and he hugged back. He then tried out his English communication skills. "You two look beautiful." "Thank you. Your compliment is greatly appreciated," replied the girls. "He almost got us killed last Halloween," whispered Ishiki to Yuuta. "Please don't be rude. He's likely moved past that," he whispered back. "Junki, how are things in America?" asked Rikka. "It's going great," he replied. "I'm friends with Potato, Tomboy, and Angel." "Judging by their names, that's an interesting set of friends you have over there," said Nibutani. "Yep. How are things going here?" asked Junki. "Since you left, things have had their ups and downs," said Kumin. "You can say that again," said Yuuta. "Junki, we were just about to challenge our guest to a game of cards. Want to join us?" asked Deko. "Yep," he replied. "Do you have to say that every single time you agree?" asked Nibutani. Junki smiled. "Yep. God damn it!" Yuuta, Rikka, Dekomori, Nibutani, Kumin, Ishiki, and Junki were all playing a game of cards. To Yuuta, playing that game in such a huge room made it feel more surreal. "Lay down 2 cards already, scum," said Deko to Nibutani. And she did. "This setting makes this game feel too realistic," she grumbled. Dekomori looked at the cards Nibutani gave her. "Well, these aren't anything special. Here, take these in return." Deko tossed some cards around Nibutani. The latter was then scrambling to pick them up in frustration. Nibutani was reaching the last one. "Look here, you little stomp!" Dekomori stomped her foot on the card Nibutani was about to grab. She was holding the front sides of her Christmas tree dress and said in a smug, confident tone, "I believe the words you're searching for are, 'Thank you.'" Nibutani was in shock. "Thank you very much," she said, almost crying. That was heartbreaking to watch, thought Yuuta. Nibutani picked up her deck of cards and thought, "I need to stage a counterattack somehow." She gasped when she saw the cards she could use against Dekomori. While Nibutani was strategizing her next move, Rikka, Kumin, and Junki were feeding Dekomori slices of various cakes. One of them was chocolate with alcohol as one of the ingredients. "Okay, let's start the next round," said Yuuta. "The very poor loser goes first." I wouldn't call Nibutani a very poor loser in my book. She stood up and smiled. "Prepare yourself. The time has come for the common people to take back what is rightfully theirs!" Nibutani laid down 4 cards which were, and I quote, a 4 black spades, a 4 red diamonds, a 4 black clovers, and a 4 red hearts. Dekomori was in complete shock. "That can't be! Have mercy!" "Well, how does it feel to be a lowly—" began Nibutani. But Junki laid down 4 more cards on top of Nibutani's. They were 3 black spades, 3 red diamonds, 3 black clovers, and 3 red hearts. "Counter-revolution!" exclaimed Yuuta and Ishiki. "Can you do that?" asked Ishiki. "Wait a minute! What are you trying to do to me?" asked Nibutani to Junki. He wanted to answer, but hesitated. Junki then whispered something to Kumin in Japanese so she could translate for him. "He said that it seemed like a good time to get rid of them," said Kumin. She and Junki made a peace sign. "Well done, bestie!" exclaimed Dekomori happily. Then, Mibutani began to take her anger out on Ishiki, and an argument ensued. Everyone but Yuuta and Rikka were arguing. Somehow, it feels like this has stopped being a game. "Right, Rikka?" said Yuuta. But she wasn't there, so he went to look for her. Yuuta was in the hallway looking for Rikka. "Where did she wander off to?" he asked. "Yuuta," called Rikka. She was sitting on a wooden beam above him. "Yuuta." "What are you doing and how'd you get up there?" exclaimed Yuuta. Rikka's face was tired, red, and she was struggling to balance. She fell over, but Yuuta broke her fall. "That was close," he said. "Don't tell me you're—" he began, worried. Yuuta was unfortunately right. Rikka was indeed drunk. But why?